Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another reaction video. I found this Dumai as well video comic on YouTube and I haven't seen it before and I'm really interested in it. I noticed that when I was flipping through it, some of the images are apparently where I got the images I used for my Lord of Chaos book review. And when I was talking about Dumai as well, this is where Google Images got a couple of those images I used. So I thought it would be really appropriate to give this person their much due credit on their video comment and to react to it, because it could be a lot of fun to see a lot of visuals tied to the coolest event that's happened in the Wheel of Time so far, at least in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get started. This video comes from the channel LaurenceWrightArt. So go ahead and subscribe. I think he's got a lot more video comics and different things like that. Probably not exclusively Wheel of Time, but definitely worth checking out. So yeah, I have it queued up here. Let's go ahead and check it out. It's only about 5 minutes long. Let's see how he did. All right, let's go.
Following his rescue, Randall Thor,
Nice
the Dragon Reborn, stands bloodied and beaten amidst the chaos of battle. Protected only by a dome woven from sardine, he is surrounded by an army of Shadow Aiel. With most of his followers trapped outside the dome and no way of reaching them, he is forced to unleash his deadliest weapon.
That's cool. It would have been almost cool as a Star Wars text. Yes, that's the image I use. That's so, I like it so much because it gives such scale, way better than I originally had in my head. So seeing the visual
you to make
of it
weapons,
is great.
Taim. Show me just how deadly they are.
Oh, these are some cool
Disperse
designs.
the Shadow. Break them.
Break them.
As you command.
I'll talk more about it after. I want to just kind of see how.
Stone now.
I dig some of this little simple kind of comic design. I like this.
At least that would tell everyone outside to be able to camp. Maybe the wise ones and Two Rivers folk would pull back when they saw that.
It's so much more space than I expected. In my head while reading, it felt more cramped.
I saw what they do, Rand. It's...
Is that supposed to be men? What is she look a little weird, I don't know.
What would you have me do? Rand demanded.
Rand looks awesome.
I do?
Man,
Perrin's hand fell away and he sighed.
Right.
I do not know.
I wish Rand would have,
raise the banner of light.
Made it, clear that he couldn't show favoritism, so that Perrin would just think, he wasn't being nice or whatever.
And raised it all the way through the hole in the top of the dome. Fire burst around it and lightning flashed, brilliant red lift amid the smoke billowing up from the burning wagons. Rand recognized a number of men in black coats, but he knew only a few names aside from Jers. Dharma and Fedwin and Eben, Jahar and Torville. Those only
I like
Torville
it. The tone is cool.
Collar.
It's kind of calm.
Ashaman! Fourth line of battle!
Oh, no, it's getting hype. Okay, this is the part. Yeah. Oh, they look so cool. And all with the sword, yep.
Except for Naysoon, who peered intently at everything. The towel sunk listless to their knees, not even looking at the men who had been killed.
Fan art.
Even Naysoon still looked on the point of sicking look. The Saladar group stared coldly at the Ashman guard.
Is that what they look like?
Though now and then they turned those icy eyes on Rand. Balana stared only at Rand. His skin was tingled faintly. He realized for him to feel it at that distance, all nine must be embracing Saidar. He hoped they had enough sense not to channel. The stony men facing them held Saidin to bursting, and they looked as tense as the warders fingering their swords. Ashaman! Raise the barricade 2 spans! Taim commanded, and the edges of the dome rose all around. Surprised Shadow, who had been pushing at what they could not see, stumbled forward. They recovered instantly, black mass surging forward.
Okay.
And they had time for only a stride.
I really hope the show does this in like 5 years or something, whatever.
Ashaman!
Kill! Nice sound effect, I like that.
The front rank of Shadow exploded. There was no other way to put it.
Oh, man.
Sword-clad shapes burst apart in sprays of blood and flesh.
Vicious.
Loads of sardine reached in thick mist darting from figure to figure in the blink of an eye.
I know I got the body, this had to have come from this too, right?
They were running into an enormous
man, what art. Oh, wow.
Staring at the slaughter, Rand swallowed.
Yeah, Perrin had the yak. Yes, I came by. Oh, man, that is much worse than I expected.
Over her eyes and Sulin turned her back.
I was just thinking,
Bloody
like...
ruins of human beings began to make a wall. No one could stand up to that. Between one blast of death and the next, the shadow in front was suddenly struggling the other way.
Right, like, yeah, at that point you gotta just go. Just
the
run.
tangle itself began to explode, and then all of them were falling back. No, running. The rain of fire and lightning against the dome.
Oh my god, this is so well done.
Ashaman! Time's voice rang out.
Rolling ring of earth and fire.
Rolling ring of earth and fire.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay, I kind of took it as a combined
Beneath
thing.
the feet of the shadow nearest the wagons, the ground.
But I guess fireballs and fire or earth destruction.
Hurling men in every direction, while bodies still hung in the air.
Because, like, I imagine rocks and stuff destroying the people at this point, apart from being incinerated.
The shadow for 50 paces,
Yeah.
100,
The
200.
actual shadow gotta take
There was nothing
off.
but panic and death.
That's like unheard of.
Spears and bucklers were cast aside. The dome above stood clear except for smoke rising from the burning wagons.
Man.
Stop!
Stop it,
Roar of
Taim.
explosions swallowed Rand's shout as well.
And he's just, Taim, you can just see
Woe
this
the
with
blows
no
Taim
issue.
had used. Stop it,
I don't
Taim!
trust him.
His voice crashed like thunder over everything. One more ring of eruptions and Taim called. Ashaman,
Rest.
rest. For a moment, a deafening
There it is,
silence
yeah, I used that image. Literal pile! A wall of body parts, my god!
Wounded heaved among the piles of dead, and beyond them, the shadow ran.
Yeah. Wow, that is epic. Oh, there's a little more.
The lions sing and the hills take flight.
The
Moon by day,
and the
sun by night. Blind woman, deaf man, jackdaw fool. Let the Lord of Chaos rule. Chant from a children's game heard in Great Avalon. The Fourth Age.
The Fourth Age. I might be confusing it with Lord of the Rings, but I thought the oh, he has a whole process thing. That's really cool, and that's him. Yes, LaurenceWrightArt, or Lawrence, I think. It's either way. Definitely give him some credit. This is really, really well done, and I like it a lot. He's clearly a big fan of the series. I think I'm confusing the Fourth Age and stuff up with Lord of the Rings. Doesn't the Fourth Age begin after the ring is destroyed? So this, I don't know. I mix ages up. Because I kind of thought this was the Fourth Age in the Wheel of Time right now. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Let's take a look at some of these cool parts real quick. This image here early in, I kind of was thinking in my head, it felt a lot more cramped. The entire area they're in, like it came off, the impression it gave off was a lot more cramped. But, well, I guess in my head originally, but then I had to kind of mentally process the 40,000 Shido thing. And then I'm like, well, that dome must be a lot larger if they're all doing that. Otherwise, the crowd of people deep would be just so insane. And it's like, y'all are basically 40, 50 people deep, trying to get into the dome or whatever. So making it this much bigger, I think makes it a little more, it lessens the threat, but I think it expands the room that they had to work in, because the nature of the destruction, they do kind of need more room. And this, thinking about what happens later at the beginning of the next book, this kind of makes me think about that. I kind of wish Rand would have just said, yes, I can't, show favoritism to these people, so I'm going to do this thing. And he just does it instead of giving Perrin the explanation, which I think would have given Perrin a little more inclination in the next book to realize that he's, the whole getting thrown up against the wall thing, he probably would have saw that situation coming a little easier, maybe. I don't know. Probably not, because Rand's, not all there. Well, he's there and then some, because he's got company in his head. So, yeah. Let's keep going. I want to look at some of these designs. This Perrin is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm kind of used to Marcus now in my head. I've been placing his mental image for 7 books now. So, yeah. Which kind of sucks about Matt's recast, because I think his name is Barney. I've been picturing him as Matt for the longest time. And now I know season 2 we get a recast. I just hope he's passed out because of the dagger for most of season 1, so we don't get super attached to him and then lose him by the second season and stuff, I just, I don't want anything to lessen my enjoyment of the show. I don't like recasts, so I just hope it has as minimal effect as recasting one of the major characters can have. So yeah.
Do not have to like.
So we have Perrin. As I said, I like Perrin. I like this Taim one too, because that's almost exactly how I pictured him. It's weirdly clear because it's exactly. I mean, I guess just generic man, like kind of a larger, like a bigger, more hawk-like nose than average, I guess I would say, and green eyes, dark with the little, so kind of like what I got, yeah, one of these things, except he doesn't have the full thing, but. I don't know why, like, the banner is always described as that, the old Aes Sedai symbol and stuff, and it makes sense because Saidin and Saidar, they're both halves of the one power, so it just being a yin-yang sign, slightly different than the yin-yang sign, it's just like, it could be cooler, I get it, but that kind of makes me think, though, considering it is basically a yin-yang sign, it kind of makes me think about the show using white coloring and, like wind wisp for channeling. So is like female channeling going to be white and male channeling is going to be black? Because that one scene we see of Logain, it looks like he's channeling because he's got like black smoke behind him while he's encaged or whatever. So I wonder if that's going to be kind of a thing. So maybe it's a hint to this. And I'd be okay with that. But these colors to me just don't work together, and I just don't like it. This is, as a design aesthetic, I don't care for it. But what I do care for is this. I pictured their uniform. I don't know why I pictured their uniforms like, I don't know. I felt like there was more to it. Like there would be more bulky and more pieces and all this kind of stuff. But this very simple, like high collar, black robe, just with the belt and stuff and the sword, is so much better. It makes it feel like they're already like a true competition to the White Tower. They already feel like such like a organized, like, just strong presence and stuff. You can feel it. And based on what they did and how militarized Taim already has them, they're definitely like that. And like this whole thing, but the entire nature of the way they, revere Taim as their teacher and stuff, it just all leads to me not trusting him. I am predicting some sort of Ashaman betrayal coming up later on, because the whole setup, the way Rand allowed somebody else to teach these people this very important thing, like, they can easily be more loyal to Taim than to him. And by them all being channelers, they probably see Rand as slightly less special than most other people do. So I'm totally suspicious about the entire scenario. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a look at a couple more things. I think that's Min again, but she had a bang in the other one, so I'm not sure. But I do like this. This is very interesting. I like the, green, Aja, yellow, and the blue. I don't know if she's supposed to have the side of her head shaved, or if that's just a design thing, an art thing. But if, like, for whatever reason, to me, I think that's really, really cool. I would love to see some Aes Sedai with, like, cool, kind of, punkish kind of hairstyles and stuff. Like, say that becomes almost a boring kind of common thing, like later on when it's like kind of cool and punk rocky, like in our time, like post-apocalyptic far future, maybe it's a totally different thing. Like stuff like that could be a lot of fun. It could also be very clashing and kind of really cringy for a lot of people, but it could be a lot of fun. You can play around with design things and stuff like that. I really like the designs. I like I just really like the use of all of this, like the continuing with the red, even though that looks way more blue than gray, which whatever, bluish gray is probably how the IEL stuff do. I like these generated blood splatters. It makes it feel a little bit more, well, not real, but like the nature of the blood splatter feels a little less lame, I guess. That's the only word I got. And then kill, great kill, this. Oh, this is so well done. Because I think about, like, drawing this scene and stuff, how I would do it. But, like, doing it as a comic, you can obviously focus on particular things. So when you get to this point, that might be, I don't know, is that too, it's on his channel, so maybe it's not too visceral for you too, but that is intense. Maybe it's got, like, the rules of blood not being read, but it's, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's crazy. But this is one of the parts I very distinctly remember from the book, is that even after they describe Perrin just hacking, felling people like they're trees, just, like, taking them out, he sees this carnage and he immediately upchucks, like just no holds barred, just immediately has such an immediate visceral reaction. And I think that is like perfect. That face could be a lot more horrified, but it's pretty good. I like it so much. So I really, really like this little video comic. I think it's really, really cool. I think Is there a cool shot to end on? Oh, I think I want to talk one more about this part. Yeah, Rand. I feel like in this moment, I feel I really like this image because it kind of captures my thoughts on their relationship. Right now, Rand is like, "Holy crap, what have I unleashed?" And Taim is like, "You have no idea. Like you just don't even know." And this men design could be better, but whatever. So yeah, let's go ahead and call it good on this video. I guess I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to say again, make sure you check out Dumai's Well, the Wheel of Time video comic for Lord of Chaos by LaurenceWrightArt. He's a great content creator. I've only seen this one thing, so I can't say everything. But I really like this, and I think a lot of Wheel of Time fans will probably get a kick out of it. So definitely check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to y'all next time. Peace.